Hi, Judy Barrett here. Today we're going to do an arrangement. It's sort of what I call a lazy crescent. You see a lot of them on Instagram. People stuff them full of flowers, just as many flowers as they can get in. And today we're going to break it down and try and figure out what people are doing with it and how to make it. But I thought it'd be fun to just give it a different twist. And so I went out to the field and I cut some grapevine and I fashioned it into a little bit of a wreath. And I'm going to put this on the top of my container to just give it some interest and to give it some, maybe just starting to get a little bit of a fall feel. And then I'm going to put inside the compote that I have one of these frogs. I'm trying to decide which one. I think I'm going to do the small one today, the metal one. And I'm just setting it in there. And then I went out to the ditch and I found this wonderful willow from the ditch. I don't know, it's just growing up and it's not supposed to, and we're going to cut it down eventually, but it's just little short scrubby stuff. And I took most of the leaves off, and I don't know, I would want to take all of the leaves off at some point, but today I think we're going to leave some of them on. And so I'm just going to start with these two pieces to give me some kind of background. And what I'm going to do, some kind of an outline, I'm going to put it through the grapevine into my frog. And it, let me see, it might not stand up on its own. So what I might have to do is I might have to put some wire through here. Let me just cut this out too. Okay. I have to move this over, don't I? So when I was out cutting, I got some parsley and some limelight hydrangeas and some zinnias and a little bit of love and a puff and some artemisia, some lamb's ears, and I think that's about it. Okay, so I sort of have a crescent shape going on there, but I don't think that it's gonna stand up the way I want it to. So I'm gonna take a wire and some floral tape, and I'm just gonna coat this wire with floral tape. And I have wet fingers. Okay, here we go. And then I'll just cut this off, or cut this in half, and then I'll put the wire through the grapevine and hopefully hold this guy in place. I'll just wrap it around. And then if you wanted, with the wire taped with floral tape, it sort of starts to look like your curly little tendrils from your grapevine. So you can just kind of give it a little twist if you want. Oh, this is going to be fun. Come on, you. I should have used the other frog, I can tell already, because these are just a little bit too big, these stems, for this. All right, so I'm wrapping that through, just pulling it through the wreath. Do you see that thing moving on me? What I want is I want it to go through the bottom of that frog, and it's not going to. So right now, before I just ask for trouble, I'm going to switch to my favorite frog in the whole world that never lets me down. Okay. If you can get these to balance, that's the trick. And then sometimes you just have to make these things do what you want. All right, there. Just doesn't always, you know, go the way you want it to. So now I'm gonna put a little bit of foliage in here so that when I get my flowers in, I'll already have a tiny bit in. Just a little bit. I really want this grapevine to show, so I'm going to kind of try try to tuck this foliage down in a little bit. But you can see I have an outline now, kind of. I have an idea of a start and a finish for this arrangement. It's going to start up here and it's going to swoop down and it's going to come up like this. Now, a crescent is basically two cones. We're going to have a cone going this way and a cone going this way, and they're going to meet in the middle. So the middle is going to be the focal area. And I have a nice big limelight hydrangea for this middle. Okay. And I think I want it to be, you know, up a little bit because I want to be able to see this grapevine. I hope we can still see it. Can we still see it? And then I want to put this through here again, through this grapevine and into my frog. And then a lot of these are very, very short. I was trying so hard not to cut this. I just love the way it looks on the shrub, and the reason that I grew the shrubs was to cut it, but it's really hard for me to let them come in. So I'm starting kind of that same shape, if you can see it, with my lime lights. And we're going to go down in here too. And maybe one more. And I think will be a depth placement right in here. All right. So then we need some kind of something to extend this line, and I think it's going to be these. Well, do I want it to be these zinnias? I think so. So on this side, I'll do the zinnias, and they're going to go in following this. Well, I think they are following this line, and the branching might even help, you know, support that a little bit. I should take a peek at this and see what I'm getting in the front, shouldn't I? Now I know you see a lot of these with all the flowers just packed and packed, but the trends that I'm seeing is that foliage and texture from foliage is starting to kind of make a return here. So you might want to think about that when you're making your arrangements. It adds so much texture and sometimes even some whimsy, you know, to add the foliage. Gives it some motion. Well, I am pulling this right up off of here. So that means that I need some backward motion here. I need some balance. So I'm going to bring this way back here. And one more green one up here in the front. Then on this side, I think I'll do this lovely parsley. I'm running out of space here, guys. This stuff is just out of control. All right. So I'll slide this through here. Another one here, and another one here, and a little bit of backward motion, because remember we're getting two cones, and a little bit of forward motion over here. some cream colored zinnias back here that I think I'd like to use too. So I gotta figure this out, where they're gonna go. I might have to turn this around just for a minute. Let's see where we're going with this. Okay. Yeah, I can still see that. I was worried that I was getting, covering up all of the vine there, and I don't want to do that. All right, so I can put zinnias in now. Let's see, I want the tallest one. This one I might be asking for trouble though, huh? Because it has this weird stem. So let's try this. Put this back here. And then another one in here. And then another one back here. Put this in place. And I have some little depth placements here. I decided on just a really fresh green and cream and white palette with a little bit of gray, because I wanted to use those really, really wonderful lavender puffs before they all go to seed. I really want another zinnia right in here. That went in the water, didn't it? It went too easily. Always makes me nervous. All right, so then I'm gonna put a little bit of this gray Artemisia in. And one of the really great things about this grapevine color is it's helping to hold everything in place too. So, besides adding a lot of texture and some interest too. Okay, so put a little bit of this in. And then I think I want to add, I have this yarrow out in the yard. It has a yellow blossom. I don't know what its, what its cultivar is, but it's very, very like kind of frilly looking, and it's a real soft gray. And it has a very substantial leaf, not nearly as feathery as some of them. And I like to use this in flower arrangements too, because I think it adds a lot of texture. And I like the color. And then I have this lavender puff. I know this is getting really, really long, and you guys are probably falling asleep on me. I'm trying to hurry here. So I want to get to this lavender puff before I lose you guys, because this is my favorite part. So I'll put this right in here, and then I want to take, this is the longest piece I have. I want to take one piece of lavender puff. Oh, let's see if I can get it in a little closer. And sort of wrap it up in here a little. All right, let's try it this way. And then I want to have some on this side. And then I thought it would be really, really fun if we could take this and put it into the water over here, and then have it sort of wrap around my grapevine wreath here. I'm not even sure if it shows though, does it? And then one more. Which one has more? This one has more. So I want this on the front, and I want this on the side. Okay. Oh, hi. All right. Are you guys awake still? I hope so. This is my favorite part. All right. And then if I flip it around, I'd like to put a little bit more right in here. Can I do that? If I do it the other way? Look at this, isn't this just gorgeous? It just makes me so happy. I'll try tucking it in water down here, and then I'll bring it around the front again. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I might have not put that in a good spot, did I? All right, do I need a little bit of this Artemisia in the front still? Maybe just a touch right in here, do you think? And maybe another piece or two right in here. And then I think I'll be done. Oh my gosh, you guys, I wish you could see the texture. I wonder if we could get closer. Can we get closer? No? Can you zoom in on that texture? This is just so full of wonderful stuff. All right, can we still see my love in a puff? Let me get everything out of the way so you can get an eyeball at that. So there you have kind of a lazy crescent with branching and grapevine and limelights and parsley and yarrow and lamb's ears and zinnias. Oh my. Thanks a lot for watching.